Donald Trump, on the other hand, has been talking a big game about securing our border, but he does not walk the walk. Or as my friend Quavo would say, he does not walk it like he talks it.
Black people, are we tired yet of the same old patronizing actions of the Democratic Party every 2 to 4 years? How they come around to our churches, to our communities, and continue to patronize us with their actions. There are so many countless examples of how Democrats come to the black community knowing they have not done anything in the last 2 to 4 years. As a matter of fact, knowing that they have not done anything in the last 60 years, but yet they expect black people to fall in line and vote for them. See, the Republican Party before Trump essentially had a disdain for the black community. They didn't want to do anything for the black community. Now Trump is making inroads and making an effort because he is actually speaking to the issues in the black community, speaking to the issues that affects black people, because black people are just like all Americans. They want to have good schools for their children. They want to be able to put food on the table. They want to be able to ensure that their children are safe, their families are safe, because black people are just like any other American. But not to the Democratic Party. No. The Democratic Party has to pander. The Democratic Party has to step and fetch it, has to play Sambo in order to get the black vote, knowing they're not going to do anything for black people. The latest example, Kamala Harris.
So I know how to make a mean pot of greens. In fact, people used to ask me to make greens for them for Christmas. One year, I had so many that I had to wash that we ended up washing them in the bathtub. So I am not playing around.
Now that's one thing to talk about washing greens. It's another thing to wash greens in a tub. Any self-respecting black woman knows that you do not wash greens in a tub. You wash greens in your sink. I remember washing greens for my mama and my aunt. We washed the greens in the sink. Nobody would wash greens in a tub, but that goes back to how the Democratic Party patronizes you. They have an image of you. Why do you think Kamala Harris had Quavo and Megan Thee Stallion perform before she went on stage? The same thing that Hillary Clinton had with Beyonce and Jay-Z. They expect to throw out some hip-hop folks in front of you and expect you to get in line because they think that you don't have any intelligence to want to know about what they're going to do policy-wise. They really don't respect black people enough to really speak to them intelligently, to come to them with respect. They don't do this to other communities. Kamala Harris is not going to go to the Asian community and have some Bollywood actress come out first. No, she's going to speak to the issues that apply to that community. You want to see Kamala Harris doing this to the Chinese or Japanese community? No, she's not going to do that. She's going to speak to those issues that pertain to those folks. She's going to speak to the issues that pertain to all Americans. But when it comes to black people, these Democrats love to patronize.
This Lord's Day, let us say with one voice the words of James Cleveland's great freedom hymn. I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024. Yes, we will.
Why do they have to put on this fake Southern accent? Kamala Harris from San Francisco, California, who grew up in Canada. Hillary Clinton is from Illinois, who spent the bulk of her life in the Northeast. Why do they have to put on these fake accents and put on these airs to speak to black people? Because that's what they think of black people. They think that you are so low that they have to stoop to performance to get your vote. They have to entertain you to get your vote. They don't think that you are intellectually astute enough to understand the nuances of policy. So therefore they have to entertain you. They have to demean you by stooping down to putting on these fake accents and putting on these fake statements as if Hillary Clinton knew the songs of James Cleveland. Please. Or that Kamala Harris knows the songs of Quavo or knows the song of Megan Thee Stallion or is able to speak in a southern accent. But the sad part about it is the majority of black people will buy this. They've constantly bought this. Like they bought when Hillary Clinton said she walked around with hot sauce in her purse.
Carry with you
Hot sauce. Hot sauce.
Are you getting information right now? Hot sauce. Hot sauce in my bag, Swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I just want you to know people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people again.
Is it working?
Is it working? And they just laughed at that. And that was nothing new for Charlemagne. After all, he was the guy that Joe Biden said this to.
This when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to.
Patronizing again. Pandering again. But yet, this man did not even see what Joe Biden was doing to him. Joe Biden was trying to crack a joke by saying that if you can't see that voting for him is what black people should do, then you aren't black. You aren't black. Think about that. Think about that. But yet Joe Biden still got almost 90% of the black vote. They're going to keep doing this over and over and over again until black people wake up and realize and stop being played like they've been played over and over and over again. Every election cycle. That's why I asked the question, are you tired yet? Are you tired of how they view you, how they disrespect you, how they're replacing you with these migrants, how in the next 2 to 4 years, you will be irrelevant. They will not have to pander to you anymore. They will no longer need your vote because they're already keeping your growth rate, our growth rate stagnant between 13 and 14% by promoting reproductive justice, which is essentially abortion, which is essentially snuffing out our progeny, our future. They're going to continue to push that in the black community. They're going to continue to allow our children to go to these failing schools, and instead of doing anything about it, they'll complain that they need more funding, when in all actuality, they need support school choice, but they'll allow their children to go to wherever school that best suits them because they have the money to do so. And what they're going to do is use these church plants, the black pastors who sabotage the black community, the black bougie elite, the black media folks, the black Afrostocracy, the entertainers and the singers, and those people, the athletes. They're going to use those people to reinforce this message that the Democratic Party is the only place for black people. When are you going to wake up? They'll continue to make you a victim every single cycle, and this is on the federal, state, and local level. When will a change happen? If it doesn't happen this year, I don't know when it's going to happen. We have to wake up to what has been happening for the last 60 years, how the Democratic Party has utilized black people as their useful idiots to infiltrate every institution and bring about the revolution that they want. The Marxist communist revolution that they want. That's what they want to do. And when they've done that, they will turn around and discard black people like never before. They don't ever want to do anything for black people because they don't respect black people. They don't. They don't respect black people at all. And this pandering by Kamala Harris is another. She has no idea of how to speak to black people intelligently. But she thinks she doesn't have to. All she has to do is send out Megan Thee Stallion, who's going to get on stage and twerk for black folks. Send out Quavo, who's going to get up there and endorse her. Have Beyonce song on her ads. And that's good. That's all I got to do. I don't have to do anything. Minimal effort. They see that as minimal effort to get your vote. They don't think they have to earn your vote. Well, that begs the question. Will they have to earn it this year, or are they correct? Will you continue to be treated as a victim, or are you empowered for greatness? The answer is up to you. The answer is up to us.